It is time to rank Running Wild albums from my least favourite to my favourite. This is a classic heavy metal / power metal band from Germany. 9! And we haven't done it on the channel before, I haven't even mentioned them before, but you guys voted for me to talk about them, and here we are. Long discography, 17 albums in length, and are they all good? Well, let's find out. Before we get into my ranking, let me know down below how you would rank these legendary pirate swashbuckling bastards down below. And without further ado, let's get on with the list. Let's just rip it straight off with the worst. My least favourite Running Wild album is Shadowmaker. Ooh, even the art sucks. Like, the art just feels so generic and just cheap. Don't like it. This is like the comeback album, but it's just not good. It's not good at all. It just feels generic. Everything just feels off. It doesn't feel like a Running Wild album, it doesn't have that flair. Some people dislike, Resilient and some other ones more. I don't, obviously. At least they have kind of charm. This one doesn't. I know they're trying something new on it, it just doesn't work for me. This is easily my least favourite, and one of the only ones I'd say is outright bad. A lot of the others can range from okay to amazing. This one's just bad. Shadowmaker is worst, easily. Next up is Rogues in Vogue. Weird but catchy and cool title. I like the art as well. Obviously pirate theme. But the problem with this one, the reason why this one is really low down is the production, the sound quality, the vocals. Everything just sounds bad on this album. The vocals especially is very tinny. It feels like he's singing in like a tin box. The drums feel weird as well. Usually the drumming is like fantastic throughout. Like the drumming is some of the best on every album, but it just sounds off on this album. I don't know. Really don't like the production on this one. The songs themselves are okay. It's standard affair, but nothing spectacular. But really, I can't get over that sound quality. So this one and my last place, Shadowmaker, are the two that I don't really go back to often. These two are kind of just brushed off in the corner. The rest, I can enjoy some parts of. Just like the Brotherhood, which is next to Brotherhood. This is like the groovy album. This is like where they kind of went more anthemic and kind of changed the sound a little bit from the norm to like this kind of like Low from Testament or Black Album. It feels like that for these guys. I don't know why. They're going for like these anthemic choruses and all that. And yeah, it works on a lot of the earlier stuff, but on this album, I don't know, it doesn't work as much. But I appreciate what they're doing. I do like it a lot more than the last two ones I talked about. But still, bit mid-paced, bit kind of just okay. It's okay. Don't hate it, don't love it, it's fine. Here we come, Resilient. This album, some people put last. Don't understand why. The sound production on this one is crisp, clear, heavy. The songs are great. Why do people not like this one? They say it's like rehashing old stuff, and it kind of is. That's why it's kind of low down. But I think some of the songs are really goddamn good. Soldiers of Fortune is an amazing song. Desert Rose is a great song, and Bloody Island, sure, kind of copying Treasure Island from their own discography, but it's still a great song. So, there's some gems on this album. The sound is great. I think the vocals are fantastic, so I don't know why people don't like this album. I'm a defender of Resilient. I'll be resilient against the hate, because this album is pretty good, and from here on out, I enjoy all these albums. Next up is Branded in Exile. Yes! This is one of the early ones. It's the sophomore album. And the reason why this is fairly low, even though I like it a lot, is just the debut does everything this does better. It has that early primal sound that the band had before they started becoming the pirate band we know today. More satanic lyrics and imagery. More just kind of like a speed metal or early even black and thrash metal band, like, I don't know, Venom, Merciful Fate, that kind of sound. And I like that sound a lot. Black metal being one of my favourite genres of all time. But I like Running Wild for who they are. The pirates. the pirate anthemic power metal stuff. So these fairly low down, and I just feel like debut does this one a bit better. Next up is the debut, Gates to Purgatory. Again, everything I said about Rendered and Exiled, this one just does it better. It was the first one, it's more thrashy. The vocals sound better on this one as well, because it's more, I don't know, it feels harsher. It does feel like an early Celtic Frost album or something like that. It could fit in nicely alongside like Morbid Tales and like Welcome to Hell and stuff like that. Really enjoy this album. It's primal, it's raw, it's thrashy, it's just fun as hell. Great album from these guys, and it's definitely a breath of fresh air from all the other power metal anthemic kind of albums, so yeah, really enjoy it. Next up is Victory, which is the end of the trilogy, which started with Masquerade. This album's really good. You know, it is the weakest of the trilogy in my opinion, but it's still fantastic, and the song Victory, really great song there. And Tsar. Is it Tsar? You know, the Russian Tsar is a standout track. Really enjoy that song. It's probably my favourite one on the album. It is good. It just pales in comparison to the other two in the trilogy, in my opinion. So yeah, Victory is a great album. Just not as memorable as some of the others. Next up is Rapid Foray. Really like this fairly newer album by the band. Really good sound, really good songs on here. Last of the Mohicans, the epic song at the end. What a way to close an album. Really fantastic epic, that one. They always kind of close with like a really big epic on a lot of their albums, not all of them. And this is one of the good ones. So yeah, really enjoy this one. I also really enjoy Depths of the Sea, the Nautilus instrumental. It's a really cool instrumental. You know, like my sea stuff, like my Ahabs. So I really enjoyed this. And Black Sky's Red Flag. Really good song as well. So, yeah, Rapid Foray, more of the pirate metal stuff. But I like that it's not just the pirates as well. It's got like the Last Mohican song on here as well. So, you know, branching into new territories. Even though they started off in new territories. But yeah, really enjoy this album. Next up is Blood on Blood, the latest album by the band. Just getting better and better. This is like fairly high up because it's just really goddamn good. It just improved from everything they did, you know, when they broke up after that. Improved on everything after that. So this is easily the best of the newer albums. By far. Like, by far this is easily the best of the newer albums. Some of these songs are just magnifique. Diamonds and the Pearls is a banger. And The Iron Times is a magnum opus. I really love that song. That's like a 10-minute one as well. Really catchy epic. The title track, Blood on Blood, really good stuff. This is back to form, back to the good stuff, and I put this quite high on the list. It's that goddamn good. So yeah, definitely check out Blood on Blood. If you've kind of not liked some of the more recent stuff, definitely go back to it and check on Blood on Blood, because it's probably just as good as some of the fucking early shit. Now we're getting into what I like to call the golden era, and all these albums, oh my god, they slap. Starting with Masquerade. Really like Masquerade. Love the art as well on this one. Like the song Men in Black on here. Such a funky song. Really love that. Soleil Royale. Is that how you say it? I can't pronounce shit. That song, best one on the album. And Lions of the Sea. I love the kind of waves crashing around on that song as well. So this album is fantastic. Just as good as the classic material of that kind of era. Port Royale, Pile of Skulls, stuff like that. If you like them, you'll like Masquerade. It's one of the better albums. Next up, what's this doing fairly low? Under Jolly Roger. That's right. The album that became the classic one. The one with the pirate shit on. Under Jolly Roger's probably the best song. It's probably the most well-known song. It's probably my second favourite song by the band. There is one better. But yeah, this album's really good. Has a lot of cool sing-along choruses, not just Under Jolly Roger. A lot of the other songs are really good as well. Beggar's Night. Banger. Diamonds of the Black Chest. Really good song as well. But I just feel like this album, even though it's spectacular, just pales in comparison to some of the other stuff they've done. And I know it's a classic, and I know some people will probably bitch and moan about that, but I don't know. I just feel like it pales in comparison to some of the more hard-hitting, heavier stuff they have. So, yeah, it's coming here. Love it, though. Still a great album. Next up is The Rivalry. Oh, yes. This one's higher. Love this album. This album's so goddamn good. Mixing in, like, the heavy stuff with the catchy sing-along choruses. The Ballad of William Kidd. One of the best Running Wild songs ever. Probably in my top 5. Ballad of William Kidd. Just a fantastic song. And also, Return of the Dragon. When they say Dragon, I was always scratching my head like, what? What the fuck is a Dragon? But yeah, great song as well. And it has kind of like a... It's quite heavy and fast, just like the other stuff. But it has kind of like a Kiss feeling to it. I don't know, it's just me that feels that. Probably just me. But I like it nonetheless. And Rivalry is a really good album. Solid stuff from this, guys. Next up is Blazing Stone. Blazing Stone. Oh, the title track to Blazing Stone is so damn good. This album is phenomenal. Holy shit, Blazing Stone, the title track, is, again, one of the best songs they've done. This album is heavy. This album is, metallic. It's just in your face. You just want to go to the gym when listening to this album. So catchy as well. It has everything. I love this album. Little Big Horn is a great song as well. Heads or Tails is a fun little sing-along one. And probably my favourite on the album, White Mask. That is just a phenomenal song. This album's great from start to finish. One of the best Running Wild albums, underrated as hell. And I wish I had it number 1. I wish I had it higher, but they have too many good albums, so sitting here. 4 albums left, and number 4 is Death or Glory. A lot of people's favourite. This is where people start screaming and unsubscribing. I adore this album. Just like Blazing Stone. These two, interchangeable. I love them both equally. This is considered the best by a lot of people, and I can see why. It's phenomenal from start to finish. All the songs are great. Riding the Storm, kicking it off. What a way to kick off. Riding the Storm, again, one of the best songs in Running Wild's career. It's heavy again. It's a heavier album, which I love. Battle of Waterloo, so good. Maroon, Bound to the Bone. I could pick out every single song, because every single song of this album is fantastic. The only reason it's not higher is because the other ones just have more standout songs, in my opinion. Sorry, don't kill me. But this is consistent from start to finish. One of the best listens ever, and yeah, I really enjoy it. Number 3 is Port Royale. Do. Port Royale. Oh, Port Royale. What a fantastic song. Going from Under the Jolly Roger, which I really love, to then this, which is a massive stepping stone, like taking all those kind of cool sing-along elements, adding the rip roaring guitar and just making it better than ever. Calico Jack. So many good songs on this album, it's ridiculous. The instrumental, which is just insane. Conquistadors. This is when the sound is becoming their own. It's, I'd say Under the Jolly Roger was kind of like a transitional album, getting their foot in for what they were going to become, and then this album, Port Royale, just cemented it into stardom. Love this album from start to finish, and it is my number 3. Ooh, number 2 is Black Hand In. These next two I adore, and Black Hand In is one of them. The concept album, love the little kind of speaking sections at the start and at the end song. I know I told people I don't, but I don't mind it as it's going into a song. It's when it's in the middle of a song when instruments are playing, that's when I don't like it. But love it, love concept albums. This is a great one. The song Black Hand In, fantastic. The epic closer, Genesis one, fantastic. It's like 15 minutes long. It's ridiculous. Love it to pieces. Every song on here is just fantastic. Soulless. It sounds like Priest. It's a great combination. I love this kind of heavier pirate metal sound, starting with Black Hand. Well, Black Hand In has it. It starts with the next one. But you know what my number 1 is now? It is Pile of Skulls. That is correct. Pile of Skulls is my number 1 Running Wild album. Every single song is a bloody banger. It's the heaviest album they've ever done. It is. It is the heaviest one. It's the best art. It's just a pile of skulls. It's great. It says what it is in the tin. The title track, banger, Treasure Island is probably my favourite Running Wild song of all time. What an epic Treasure Island is. Blood Island is good as well, but Treasure Island, come on, that is the magnum opus of the whole career. Phenomenal stuff. Lead or Gold, Whirlwind, there's so many just sing-along and heavy parts of this album that I just can't help but love. Can't help but love. Too many cool sing-along moments, too many cool guitar riffs and heavy moments that just blows my mind every single time. So, Pile of Skulls is my favourite Running Wild album of all time. Let me know what you thought of this list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I've seen a couple of rankings online and no one's had Pile of Skulls top, so I feel like this may be a controversial one. But I still love Death or Glory. Brilliant album. Still love Under Jolly Roger. Still love all these albums. Just aside from like Shadowmaker, Rogues and Vogue. Those two are the only ones I really dislike. So yeah, everything else, A-okay. So let me know how you'd rank them down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.